Greetings, fellow humans. This is Pat Callahan from White-Tukee. You're listening to another great podcast on the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Yeah.
Hi, this is Steve O'Mooney from the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Now, one of our great sponsors on our show is Amazon.com. Go to thesasquatch.net, click on the Amazon banner, and shop like you normally do. We'll get a little taste if you do. So that again, check out thesasquatch.net and click on our Amazon.com banner. Thank you for your support. Hello and welcome to an all-new episode of White-Tukee. This is episode 4. That was some Rod Stewart, requested by my co-host, Patrick Callahan. Of course, I am Steve O'Mooney with my co-host,
Pat Callahan.
You can find us on Facebook. Just type in White-Tukee and like our page. We only have 23 likes, so I know there's more people in Ahwatukee, so come on, people, like us. We're part of the Four-Eyed Radio Network, iTunes, Stitcher, Zune Marketplace, BlackBerry Podcast Dictionary, Miro Guide, and Double Twist. That's where you can find us. We're on a lot of stuff. And we're now on Spreaker, if I said that correctly. I can't remember. Anyways, American Joy Print Shop, official sponsor of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Business cards, flyers, posters, banners, vinyl cuts, carps, and more. Visit americajoy.com, and for more information, tell them the Fern sent you. So, Patrick, what is new for our heroes this week? What have you been doing, man?
Not a whole lot. Just the usual.
Not a whole lot.
Trucking along.
Just trucking along. You have. Well, actually, yeah, you do have a truck.
I do.
We drove around that last week.
Mm-hmm.
Went to a delicious place for lunch. Mm-hmm. That was called
The Cornish Pasty.
Cornish Pasty.
Yeah.
It's actually a very fine establishment. It's like adult Hot Pockets.
Yeah. Yeah, they actually
good. Better Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
I mean.
No, they're sexy Hot Pockets.
Yeah, Do you think they're sexy Hot Pockets? With some Rod Stewart coming at you. Choke on my rod. Yeah, so let's see. Going on with me is I am unemployed again. And yeah, so things are just going well for me. You know, you lose your girlfriend, then you get unemployed. So I'm just waiting for one more bad thing to happen.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to die, and when they find my remains, Toby would have probably eaten my face. Because cats do that.
Right, yeah.
Do you know why they eat your face first?
No.
They go after your eyes.
Oh.
Because they like the liquid.
Oh, they're like crows?
Yeah.
Grackles.
Snap, crackle, and pop. Also, we have Steve goes through a midlife crisis again. Obviously, like I said, lost my job, girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm jaded pretty much every day of my life.
Cool.
I take medication that just makes me a zombie. It's fun.
Sweet. So, things are going pretty well.
Yeah. I'm moving up in the world, you know. Well, I guess in wise words have I heard from a buddy of mine, Jeremy Impacini, when you hit rock bottom, the only place you have to go is up.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So there you go. We're back to being like NPR again. I think people really like that segment. I think we should just do an NPR segment. Anyways, we do have some interesting stories this week. We're trying to come up with segments and things to talk about. I found weird stories, which Pat and I were talking about earlier. We were talking about a man fights for his life. Well, I think we're going to dive right into this because this was actually quite amusing. This took place in Florida. This is from the HuffingtonPost.com. Basically, a man on cocaine told police he had to smash windshield to escape gators surrounding his car. Basically, the man, I have no idea where the man was in Florida, Of course, this took place in Florida, but the man was high on cocaine, was locked out of his car, and then he was surrounded by alligators. He was a 28-year-old Hobie sound man. And when I first read it, I thought it was hobo sound man, which I think we're going to go with because that just sounds funnier.
A lot better.
So, 28-year-old hobo sound man. Now, what's a hobo sound man? Is that like a guy who used to be a sound man and now he's a hobo? So he just walks around with like the microphone over people, and he's just like, "Give me money."
That probably worked pretty good.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he just has
then if they say no or whatever, then he's recording their like shame.
Oh, that's right. And then he can. Well, I don't know where he put. Well, maybe he can go to an internet cafe.
He's a hobo sound man. So
he's a hobo sound.
He can play it somewhere. Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me. What's your name? Yeah. John. Hey, will you give me change? No. Fine. Hi, my name is John, and I did not give this homeless man change. See?
Feel your shame.
Feel your shame. The hobo Sandman, shaming people since 2013.
Okay.
But basically, he smashed his windshield, according to the county sheriff's office. After they arrived at the scene, the fire rescue team had to treat him for his cuts. The officers described seeing a sandy footprint. Basically, I think they found oxycodone. What else
methadone.
Yeah, methadone. Apparently, oxycodone and methadone painkillers. The bottles had the man's name on it, according to the TC Palms. The man certainly was braver than the troopers who recently broke a world record when they nabbed a 723-pound alligator. So, minus the drugs. What would you do in this situation if you were locked out of your car? Well, first off, why the heck were you in Florida to begin with? Because apparently, you know what's weird though? I've been reading stories, and most of the stuff that happens like this is always in Florida or it's always in Germany.
Yeah.
So if this happened to you, you're locked out of your car, and you get surrounded by alligators.
Mm-hmm.
What do? Do you break into your car like this man did, or?
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't dive through my windshield. I don't think that would be the first thing that would come to mind. You know, the guy did have glass coverage though.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that in the story. He did say why he smashed through his windshield because he had his insurance company would replace it for free.
Yeah. So there you go. I'd probably throw one of the alligators through my windshield.
Would you be? You could do that?
Sure. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Are you like the modern day Steve Irwin?
Man, no. No one can be.
One man could be.
Who's that? Dean. Yeah. Dean probably could. The rest of us can only like strive
to be him.
Yeah.
I feel like Steve Irwin's kind of like I don't know if you ever saw the Man of Steel trailer where they're talking about it's all like basically they're saying like how he's like a god to them and things like that. That's what I feel like Steve Irwin is. He's like a god to us, you know. He's just this man who was able to do
He's pretty awesome,
the unobtainable and save the world from alligators.
Yeah.
We'd have to do that now. We just
makes it sound legitimate when you're drinking coffee as you're doing these things.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how I would do this. I think I would try to smash my just like normal window in my car if I was locked out of it.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think if we weren't minus the drugs, I don't think we'd probably have our keys on us. I don't think we would be locked out of the car. Yeah. I think you have to still factor in the drug aspect of this thing.
Yeah.
But so Hobo Sound Man
Hobo Sound Man
from Florida.
Yeah, that's catchy.
So if you people want to, this is I have to go with this. So I was trying to set up a Twitter account for us. White-Tukee, the name has not been taken, so I'm like, perfect. And then as soon as I try to log on with my computer, like, it didn't let me, like, log on with my computer. So I'm like, okay, what's going on with this? So I even, like, changed my password for my normal Twitter account so I can add another Twitter account to it. But so I'm like, all right, I might just have to do, like, a fake address, like an email address or something like that, and just come up with a new one for White-Tukee.
Yeah.
But
just do Hobo Sound Man.
Yeah, I want to do I want to do hashtag Hobo Sound Man. I want to start that trending now, Hobo Sound Man. Which is going to be great when Eric asks, he's like, so what was the synops for your show? I'll be like, Hobo Sound Man.
Yeah.
And be like, what?
And then people could report in their sightings
of the Hobo Sound Man in Florida.
Yeah. And we could find some of the audio clips of people's shame.
Yes.
That we could play.
Speaking of drugs, this was pretty amusing. There was another story from the Huffington Post called Man Pays Water Bill with Cocaine. Yeah. And of course now there we go. I love Google Docs, won't let me open anything. So this is pretty funny. So apparently cops are trying to track down a man who, again, this happened in Florida, of all places.
Yeah.
And he's trying to sniff out the identity of a man who allegedly paid his water bill with cocaine. The identified man walked into a water bill department office on Monday and handed a clerk an envelope that contained not a check but a small amount of white powder. Officials evacuated the employees and the hazmat team from the sheriff's office and two separate fire departments could analyze the powder that the Beacon News online reported. Beacon News. You know who they should hire, the Beacon News?
Oh.
Hobo Sound Man.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Let's see. So the shows, when they looked at the surveillance camera, the suspect is wearing a T-shirt and shorts who rode away on a bicycle. Typical cocaine, man. Right?
Yeah, it probably was Hobo Sound Man.
A clerk at the counter said she had never seen the man before. Sheriff spokes Brandon Halted told a news journalist he didn't say anything to her. He just handed the envelope and walked out. So, I guess I've never tried to pay bills with drugs before.
Well, how do they know whether he was even trying to pay his bill then if he didn't say anything?
They never said. Yeah, that's the other thing. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe the clerk had ordered some cocaine and she just didn't want to own up to it.
Oh, that's true too. Ooh, wow, look at you. You're all like freaking
thinking and stuff.
Let's see, you're trying to Law and Order this thing.
Yeah, I'm sleuthing it out.
You're sleuthing it out.
Yeah.
A little good old Lenny Briscoe action, huh?
Yeah, well, this case cracked by Monday.
Yeah, you're gonna eat this hot dog.
Yeah. Well, I always eat hot dogs. I wish I could eat hot dogs like him.
Oh, man, that guy was
As in daily. At the same time. Every day. Hot dog.
So, if he wasn't trying to pay his bill, what do you think he was trying to do?
I don't know. Now that we're talking about it, he's probably just trying to get a hot dog.
You think so? Like he thought he was at the hot dog joint, he was trying to pay with cocaine for the hot dog?
Probably.
Oh.
Probably.
And he just rode off. But do you think he'd be suspicious when he handed her an envelope and he did not receive a hot dog?
That's probably why he left. In a fit of rage, I'm sure.
How do you ride off in a fit of rage on a bike?
I don't know. You gotta kind of tense up your body really good and ride all rigid. And
do you just have like this angry look on your face? Like,
yeah, you gotta have an angry look. And I think you need to kick a puppy on your way out too.
Kick a puppy on your way out?
Yeah.
Or there's no puppies available.
Imaginary puppy.
Imaginary puppy.
Yeah. You gotta use your mind's eye and create a puppy.
I'd like to see the surveillance camera of this guy just like handed him and then he sits there and he's just like, where's my hot dog kind of look? And then he's all like, walks outside, randomly kicks air, and then jumps on his bike and just takes off, just like muttering to himself like, where's my hot dog?
That's probably exactly what happened. You see, it'll come out a report in a couple days and that'll be the story.
Patrick cracks another one.
Yep.
Patrick P.I.
You have to put another notch in the old belt.
We're going to have to make a new sitcom for NBC now. Patrick P.I. I don't buy it. That'll be your catchphrase.
Yeah.
It'll be like, I think the man was trying to pay with cocaine. I don't buy it. He's trying to buy a hot dog.
She's trying to get a hot dog, damn it.
Who'd play you think?
I don't know. Patrick Stewart, probably.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Make it so, number one.
Yeah.
I don't buy it. I was in Star Trek. It's like, why are you saying these things? Or as I used to call him, Captain Pickerknocker.
Yeah. He was the best one. Out of all the Star Trek captains, though, he was by far the best one.
You know what's funny? I do like Picard, but I do like Kirk. But the funny part about Kirk and the old Star thing is I was watching him, and everyone like over-exaggerates him.
Yeah.
Like he literally doesn't sit there and go, I'm going to fight Spock. Like he just talks like a normal person, but I think everybody's impersonation of him just like over exaggerated.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, now he's kind of like
That's
that.
like that game Telephone or whatever it's called, where somebody says one thing, then it gets passed around. You remember I used to do it in like school.
Yeah,
And
Purple Monkey dishwasher.
Yeah, you'd end up with just like weird junk by the end of it.
Yeah, how did that? I wonder what the origin of that game. There were so many weird games like that. It's like Telephone. It's all like, I went to the bathroom, and then by the end of it, it's all like, I paid my water bill with cocaine.
Yeah,
it's like, wait, what?
I think there's a handbook. It's like the handbook of
crappy games.
Yeah, lame games to
play with your kids
in school. Yeah.
So I have a question though. Any games that you played during a kid have you ever taught your children now?
No, not really. I mean, we just play board games.
Board games. What's your favorite board game?
Right now I'd say Lego Creationary.
Oh yeah.
Because you just basically jack around and play with Legos. And
yeah, I've heard about it's a game. Yeah,
that game's sweet.
Do you remember Categories?
Yeah. And Apples to Apples is a good
Oh, you know what's even better than Apples to Apples?
Huh.
Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, really?
It's the same thing as Apples to Apples, but the cards are pretty much like how we used to play.
Oh.
They're really bad. Like, someone will throw down, it'll be like, what was the worst thing that ever happened? And then you have, like, all these different cards. You can be like, Obama, or, like, Hitler, or somebody put down, like, it was like, what is a good time? And someone threw down the Holocaust. So,
yeah.
It's just really bad stuff
that
like that.
That game is more fun when you play it with adults, though, I've realized. Like, we've played it with the kids and everything before. It's just never as much fun.
Oh, no, we were bad with that. Remember was it heinous? And Neil threw down bonbons. It's like, bonbons are totally heinous.
Yeah. That game is fun. Yeah, we usually bring it over to our friends. We get some friends that do like barbecues and stuff, and they have kids around the same age, so we'll bring it over there, and then all the adults get like hammered and play that game.
Yeah, Cards Against Humanity. That's a good one. We actually started playing that on Socially Awkward, and we'd like have a competition. So far, I'm in the lead. I have 3 wins under my belt.
Nice.
So, but yeah, so trying to get a hot dog with cocaine.
Yeah, that's what.
I wonder how it works. Now, this is an interesting story. Underground Railroad touched upon it a little bit ago, but apparently in Pennsylvania they have a Shocktoberfest, and there's this one haunted house that's been pushing the boundaries ever since it opened, and I guess this year they're doing a Naked and Scared tour. Lets visitors show off all their goosebumps. Basically, people can sign up and go in butt-ass naked to a haunted house. Now, I don't know about you, but I always felt like, I don't know what's your maybe like biggest creepy fear of hauntedness. I know we're going to be getting into October soon, where we'll probably share a bunch of different stories of, haunted houses or places that we've been to and things like that. Like, I have a bunch of stories back in when I went up to Flagstaff a couple of times, but like, I always felt that was like would be the worst thing that ever happened to me if I was in the shower and somebody tried to kill me. I'd literally be like, "Look, you're gonna kill me. Can I put some pants on?" Like, I just want to be naked.
Yeah.
When someone finds me.
Yeah, I guess that's the intent of the haunted house thing.
Either
that or the guy who runs it's a pervert. Right.
Yeah, but see, I don't know if this is gonna backfire, because how many guys do you think are just gonna be walking around with their dongs?
Yeah, it'll probably be mostly guys.
That's what I'm thinking.
Probably, because the guys have looser sense of decency.
Yeah, we don't care. we already know our schmeckles look funny.
Yeah. So it'll probably be mostly guys. Although it is in Pennsylvania, maybe the guy's trying to see if he can get some naked Amish people in there.
Oh.
Get them to take their beards
I've been
off
living all my life looking for a naked Amish paradise.
That's probably what that is.
You think so? Wow, you're just like cracking cases, man.
Yeah.
Patrick P.I. coming this fall to NBC.
He's trying to see if he can get them to take their beards off.
And I'm point.
No beards.
No beards. But apparently this haunted house has been pushing the boundaries, I guess, everything. Now, we've been to our fair share of haunted houses. I think I've been to Alex Coopertown once, and then we went to that weird one where Dean yelled at the guy who was like, "I am your god," and Dean's like, "No, you're not."
Yeah.
But that's about it. I haven't been to I know there's a corn maze one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem to because I know it's fake.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really, I know there's no way I'm going to get hurt or murdered or stuff like that. I think we rather actually seek out actual, haunted places.
Yeah, that's more fun.
That's, what we usually do.
Because it's when you don't know that it's fake, that's when it's actually scary. It's I think there was a movie, what was it? The Game? I think it was.
The game.
Yeah, did you ever see that one?
Isn't that with
I forget that guy's name.
Richard? No, not Richard. I'm like Richard Gere. No. What's his
Maybe.
name? He was the guy with he had throat cancer.
I don't remember.
He was married to
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's who it was. Yeah, that was that one.
We cracked the code on this one, buddy.
Yeah. No, that was pretty good. That one. It was like something similar where they just start jacking with him and he doesn't know it's fake. So I think that'd be like scarier than when you know it's fake.
Yeah, because I mean, going into it, it's like I've already paid this. It's like you guys are gonna hurt me. I'm gonna sue you. So, all that kind of stuff. But apparently, I found this, and now I don't really believe if there's that many ghost towns in Ahwatukee because Ahwatukee is kind of a small area. They do have a couple of places. It mostly is just areas in Arizona.
Yeah.
But one of them is there's Buckhorn Baths, which is in Watery Wonders, is a ghost town in Mesa, Arizona.
Oh, Buckhorn Baths. I know where that is. That's a weird ass place anyways. I can see that.
Then we also have Gilbert, it just says Gilbert Ghost Town in Gilbert, Arizona. So that's in your neck of the woods, right?
Yeah, I live in Gilbert.
There's also the Maricopa Wells, which is in Maricopa. Well, wow, they're really not creative. The only one that was created was Buckhorn Baths so far.
Have you been past there?
What, Buckhorn Pass?
Yeah.
No.
It's weird. It's this weird ass, looks like a log cabin resort. It's weird. It's all shut down and
yeah, it's like a Buckhorn Baths motel.
Yeah, right. And it used to be like hot springs there or something, I think, is the story. Yeah, it just looks like a weird ass place and it looks creepy as hell, so I could see that it was...
There's apparently one in Chaparral. I've been to Chaparral, but I've never seen it. There's also Casablanca and Actilio. These are ghost towns, I guess. So maybe we should take a tour of ghost towns.
Yeah, maybe.
I got a video camera. We'll just walk around and do like our own like Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, and make it all shaky.
Yeah, we're like,
just wave it around.
And then we'll just like, when we do that, we're like, Michael J. Fox. Yeah, that wasn't really big on this one, I guess. I guess Pat and I will probably take a journey sometime to these things, I guess. Another one is apparently, this one is more closer to home. This is a... I like ghost haunting theories. This is where the thing is. Now this was on this story was posted Monday, August 26th of 2013. Mountain Park Ranch Apartments in Ahwatukees do not rent here. Rod Stewart.
I wish Rod Stewart was there.
I did. So this person said, I moved into this apartment complex because my son was living there and I was going through a divorce. Seemed like a simple move. Same neighborhood, someone to hang out with, help with, computer issues nearby, and hang out at the pool with. Then I started getting really sick. Sorry, I'm going to keep doing that. Like a head cold that wouldn't do away.
Or go away?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know why she's trying to be all like, I know how to write. I'm like the girl from Twilight or something.
Ugh.
But much, much worse. A cold developed that would not go away, and my bedroom smelled of mold.
Could have been a moldy apartment.
That's what I was just thinking. It ended up months ago. The hot water heater in the upstairs storage room leaked into my storage room, and it had rotten through the walls into the bedroom. In fact, when I finally discovered the mushrooms growing in the carpet, I called the office, and I also saved samples of the spores. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did.
Yeah.
Just in case they didn't clear this black mold out. Everything inside the storage room was covered in black mold. I went through the walls into my apartment. God, I scrolled too fast. I thought this was supposed to be like a fucking...
So her apartment was haunted by mushrooms.
By mushrooms.
Basically.
Let's see.
And she saved spore samples, since that's what
I know
normal people would do.
I had to haggle them to get to pay me some for everything I lost in the storage, only a tiny fraction of what it was worth. Then another flood in the same storage room ruined everything once again. The flood in the kitchen, when the lines backed up, blah, 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 the sink switch. Okay, get to the fucking ghost story, lady. What the heck? Okay. I can't tell you how many times in the past 3 years they shut off the water, blah, 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 blah. Then someone started keying up my car in the parking lot. First it was just writing curse words in the dust, and then keying big things. I called the cops. Blah, 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 blah. Management would do nothing about it. Blah, 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 blah. I need a new space. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I no longer feel safe in this miserable complex. That's great. Then move. I highly recommend do that. Okay, this is not a haunting. This is people don't like you.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought this was an interesting. I probably should have read it beforehand, but I didn't. I just got hook, line, and sinker with the title of Apartment Complex Haunted in Ahwatukee.
Yeah. Maybe she's the ghost, and people are just trying to get her out of there.
Well, hey, you know what? Maybe that's why no one's responding to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cops didn't do anything because the cops said you were dead.
Yeah.
And Bruce Willis is dead. Sixth Sense. Spoiler.
All right.
Well, that does it for kind of ghost stories in Ahwatukee. I think Pat and I should take a road trip, though, to some of those ghost towns. I definitely want to go to Buckhorn Baths.
Yeah, I just gotta remember where that is. It's somewhere.
It just says
in
Mesa.
Yeah.
Probably just type it into Google Maps or
I've
something.
been by there. I remember looking at it thinking, what the hell is that? It's just this hideous building. It's all ramshackle.
You know, it's funny that we have a lot of those kind of buildings around here, like people that just, like, things that get just boarded up and no one did anything with them.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one of the gas stations that was out in front of one of my old works was, like, went out of business, and it was, like, there for the longest time. Now it's, like, this barbecue place. I think it's called Rudy's. Or Ruby's.
That's pretty good. At least they did something with it.
But yeah, there are some places, like I think there's still a place, like an old gas station somewhere not too far from here that's just still been boarded. It's been boarded up ever since I moved here when I was like
There's
3.
a bunch of them that are like that.
So Pat and I are going to buy one, and then we're going to start our own detective agency.
Heck yeah.
Callahan and Moons.
Yeah. We gotta somehow make everything black and white, though. I don't know how we'll pull that off.
We could do that.
Yeah.
We'll just like paint ourselves in gray. And then we'll just talk like in the 1950s.
Yeah.
So you got a case, see?
Yeah.
It's like the cat's pajamas, see?
Just have to inhale helium all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be sweet.
You're trying to pay your water bill with cocaine, see?
I think I do have a big old trench coat, too.
Awesome. Now you just need a detective's hat?
Yeah, it's a big gray trench coat. I used to call it the Inspector Gadget coat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Go, gadget, hand grenades.
I mean, we were issued it in the Marines, and we were thinking, when the hell am I ever going to need this?
Well, maybe they were training you. Maybe they were waiting for someone to have an accident. They were actually going to build a Inspector Gadget.
That would have been awesome. That would have been pretty cool.
I wonder why they wasted all that money on him, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what's funny with the cartoon show? They never really gave him an origin story. They were just like, yeah, he's just a weird man-robot thing. Enjoy.
That's true.
You know, but it's just like, to me, if they had all this money, they invested into this detective, but the detective doesn't seem to be very good at his job.
Yeah, and he's not real smart.
No, and it's like, why did we waste all this money on him? You know,
Yeah.
It just seems like kind of pointless.
Yeah. I can only imagine, like, the examination test when they were trying to figure out who they were going to build in the Inspector Gadget. Well, this guy failed everything.
Yeah.
He's perfect.
He's perfect. Or maybe that's maybe that's the thing. Maybe they're like, we're not sure how this experiment's going to go, so let's get rid of somebody who's not important.
Someone who society does not need.
And then it worked, and they're like, damn it, we wasted all this money, we're going to have to put it back into the force.
Yeah, we're stuck with him now.
Missed it by this much.
Yeah.
Go, gadget, hooker revealment thing.
Hooker revealment thing.
Yeah, I don't know, he's Inspector Weirdo.
Yeah, okay.
Plus, I also want to know who's, was his niece?
I think so.
His niece Penny, which is weird because it's like, who are her parents that just leaves him with this crazy uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Very weird.
The intrigue.
I know, now we're dissecting Inspector Gadget right now. So basically we have a police task force that had this experimental idea that they wanted to create the perfect police officer. They didn't think it was going to work, so they picked somebody who's failed everything.
Yeah.
It worked, and then they wasted all this money, so now that's why they send him on missions so he can pay back his debt.
Yeah.
And then you have this elite thing with, was it Dr. Claw?
Yeah, I think it was Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw. I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Yeah.
Next time.
I think so.
And his agents are mad.
Yeah.
Very weird.
It's still like that show is still like heads and tails above like the cartoon crap that they have on for kids.
That's the sad part, though. Like, it's still an enjoyable cartoon. Like, it's all these old cartoon shows still hold up pretty well, and it's just like some of the stuff that comes out today. You're just like, how does this get made? Like, does anybody have any creativity anymore? Or
no, they remake like old things, and that's like the new movie. Like, they did some CG Winnie the Pooh that was the exact same thing as the old animated one, and like tried to pawn it off as some new thing.
Oh, bother!
I was like, yeah, what the hell is this?
Yeah, that's I don't. Yeah, that's like I don't know why they haven't come up with anything new. Like,
because they're lazy.
Like, I think Cartoon Network they tried to start. They did the Looney Tunes show, but they made it more like a sitcom. So like, Bugs and Daffy like live together.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very like okay.
Weird.
Yeah, that's what I was like. All right, what's going on here? But it's like I just don't like. Did they ever just thought about just taking Looney Tunes and just making new cartoons, like doing like the same kind of concept, but with new storylines, updated artwork, and stuff like that? That's
the way nowadays. They got to dick everything up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like your youth just gets it's just destroyed.
We're turning old people.
We are old people. Back in my day, cartoon shows used to be the greatest in the world.
Dag-nabbit.
Dag-nabbit. Ah, fiddlesticks. You know, it needs a show.
Ross Tower. I'd probably watch it.
I would love the Ross Tower.
Ross Tower, sure. He just gets hammered all the time and like
end up in sticky situations with his boy Troy.
Yeah, Troy.
We're eating your food. And then every once in a while they get a phone call from Pepper.
Yeah.
Your father smoking linens. My father is dead. And Rosdower is just like, every time he tries to fight, he always gets his ass handed to him, He's so like, whoa! He breaks your beer bar, he's like ready to go, and it just shows like the outside scene of like a bar, and he just gets thrown through the window, and he's all like, oh yeah? Well, I'm not tipping! Like, he won, and then he walks off haggard into his old crappy truck.
Heck yeah.
Oh, man. Rosdower and Troy.
Sounds dreamy.
It does sound dreamy.
Oh, yeah.
So, big plans for the weekend?
No.
No?
No, it's homework, probably.
Oh, you and your schooling.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. You're like a college kid now.
I know.
God, what happened to you, man? You used to have the dream of doing nothing.
Yeah.
You used to have a dream of opening your own detective firm.
Yeah,
solving crimes.
Working as a mechanic at a wastewater plant. Living the dream.
Well, at least you have a dream. I got nothing anymore.
It sounds like you're ready to be Inspector Gadget then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If there's a program going up, I could sign up for that. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah. Like this Steve fellow. He's perfect.
He's perfect. He's got no job. He's got no girlfriend. He's probably going to kill himself soon. Perfect.
He's useless in every way. Sign him up immediately.
I don't know if that'd be a good thing, though, giving me that kind of power.
Yeah.
Because I'd probably end up robbing banks.
Probably backfire.
It'd backfire on everybody.
Yeah.
It'd backfire like the Inspector Gadget movie by Disney. Oh,
hey, yo.
God. What is the deal with that? Why are people taking things from our youth and turning them into big blockbuster movies? Like, they did that with Transformers. They did it with, obviously, Inspector Gadget, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're actually redoing again. They're making another live-action one. I'm like, there's certain things that...
They're trying to turn a quick buck.
I just don't know why.
Because it's easy and people go see those things.
Why can't they just be original, man? They should make the all White-Tukee movie. That would be original.
I can't change the way of the world, man.
You can change the world, Pat. You have the power of Grayskull, He-Man.
I wish I did.
Now, speaking of old cartoon shows, He-Man, wasn't that a huge kind of homosexual reference thing?
Kind of. Did you ever see that video where they got He-Man singing the Cher song?
Yes.
I must have watched that over and over again for like an hour.
I remember so many of those like crazy videos that you just have to rewatch over and over again.
What was the He-Man movie? Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren.
Heck yeah!
Oh man, they're actually been trying talks and making another He-Man movie, and I'm like, do we really need another He-Man movie? I'm like, you try to reboot the franchise with the new cartoon show, didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think kids these days even know what He-Man is. The only people who would know He-Man is our generation right now, because He-Man has not been relevant, for quite some time.
Yeah.
It's like Thundercats. Thundercats they redid, which is actually pretty good. Actually, I'll have to say, they kind of kept everything in the same kind of mythos, and the artwork's really good. So they haven't really butchered that, which I kind of like. Then they actually got rid of the annoying Snarf, where he's just like, Snarf, I don't want to play Snarf ball. Like, Snarf does not talk, and I'm like, this is the greatest show ever now.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. I just want to, Lion-O, let's play some Snarf ball. Actually, the funniest thing you have to watch is Thundercats bloopers.
Yeah.
Where I heard it from the guy who did the original voice of Lion-O. He was talking about, we have all these bloopers out there that someone put together and put them on a reel, I guess, that we used to do things. So he's all like, Lion-O, what's wrong? He's like, shut up, Snarf, I hate you. And it's just like dumb with the cartoon shit and all this thing. But then one guy's like, he's all trying to explain. He's like, well, the Smeckalacka. He's like, what the hell am I talking about? It's quite amusing. But yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore with
I don't know.
With this kid's youth back in the day, man.
Yeah.
And imagination's gone too.
No one can imagine things.
Like kids don't use their imagination as much.
Oh yeah, they just play games.
They just play video games and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. You and I played our fair share of video games, but we still had that thing of like, hey, let's go out and create like something. Let's go out and do stuff. So kids, I know all kids listen to our PG show because we're on local cable networks.
We are
filmed in front of a live studio audience. But kids, go out there, become the new Inspector Gadget.
or don't.
Or don't. Don't do that. Don't do that. I have a question. Back in the day, when did you ever get that question asked when you were little? Like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah, I don't remember what my answer was. I think I was in one class. I think it was what was that class called? American Studies.
American Studies,
English and history
put together. That was like
2-hour excruciatingly
pain,
long.
And then you had to do that research paper of death.
Yeah. I think we had asked that question in there and just put down some bullshit answer. I said, I'm going to build a catamaran and sail around the world. And then the teacher's like, okay.
Wait, you're going to do that? Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should follow your dream, man.
I'm going to. I'm going to use your table here.
No, it's not mine, but go right ahead.
Okay.
It's my unofficial entrance.
Start by sawing the legs off.
That's fine. We actually already have a broken chair you can
nice.
use as well.
Nice.
So, things are going well. So, catamaran and travel around the world. That's actually a good answer. No, I just remember that. And the thing I hate, too, is when they tell you could be whatever you want to be. That's BS. Because what if I wanted to be a ninja?
Yeah.
Like, literally, what if I showed up 10-year high school, reunion, and people are like, oh, yeah, I'm a doctor now, and then I just showed up, full-on ninja suit, and they're like, what are you, Steve? I'm like, I became a ninja. Finally discovered my thing, and just, throw down a smoke bomb, and I'm, somewhere else.
That'd be pretty sweet,
That would be pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah.
Or a Jedi, something just weird.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. I think we already had our 10-year.
Yeah, I didn't go.
Man, I didn't either.
I was going through my first failed engagement. Or my only failed engagement.
I went to the impromptu 5-year one.
Yeah, I went to that one. That was fun.
I don't remember where that was.
That was at, I know where that was. That was at, CK's.
Yeah, that's right. CK's.
CK's in Arizona. That was funny. That was, I thought, okay, I can see the 10-year anniversary, but the 5-year anniversary was pretty much everybody had the same story. Oh, what have you been up to? Oh, I moved back here. I finished college, and now I'm paying off debt. Everybody had the same story. It's they didn't, so...
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. Yeah, that was 2009? Or 2008? Something like that. 7 maybe? I can't remember.
We graduated in 2002.
I can't remember anymore, man. I'm old. I'm haggard.
You can't math. I can't math!
Can't. Algebraic! See, that was one of the original ideas that came out.
Yeah.
Is Adventure Time. I would say Adventure Time and Regular Show have been the two newest original ideas I haven't seen in a long time, and they finally made this kind of show. But yeah, that's so weird. Like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't go to the 10-year anniversary just because there was no point. That'd be the worst thing to show up. It's like, oh, Steve, how's it going? Oh, well, my fiance is leaving me because I'm a schmuck, and I've destroyed that relationship. And yeah, moving back in with my parents. Yeah. Moving on in the world, yeah. Oh, I got a really bad job, too. I got fired from that job as well, and then that was great. Yeah, life is moving up. You want to buy me a shot, huh? Yeah. I'm probably looking into a career becoming a hobo sound man soon, so, I got that going for me.
Yeah, at least, if you do, you can fight off alligators.
I can. Well, I have to be induced on Oxycontin and methadone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got that going for me. So.
All right.
Yeah. What about you? Oh, I'm a doctor. Oh, well, good for you. Look at me. Oh, I'm a doctor. That's why you never let them go first.
Yeah.
Because then you make them feel bad. Steve, what have you been up to? I just got out of rehab. Yeah, was on heroin for a while. And just slowly getting my life back together, Found Jesus. He was on the street. He actually sold me my heroin. And, yeah. Well, I don't believe he was actually the Jesus. He just was screaming, "I'm Jesus Christ," but I don't think he really was Jesus. But he didn't give me a real name. He's more like a hobo sound man out there. But yeah, it's pretty good. What about you? I'm a doctor. Yeah, you feel bad now, don't you? Don't you, jerk?
Oh yeah.
Or I should have just showed up as a astronaut, space cowboy, sheriff, or whatnot. Or I forget what Peter showed up as.
Oh yeah.
I'm a space cowboy. Meh. So I think that's gonna do it. Unless you got anything else to add to this epic adventure of a lifetime, my friend.
Not really. Yeah, I'm not sure if we had a point to all this. But...
No, I don't. I don't want a point to this. I just want random ramblings.
It pretty much was. I think he nailed it with that.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, we got some segments, but I mean, this podcast is just us to kind of catch up and enjoy. Just come up with Hobo Soundman and all these kind of random things like we used to do, where we just used to just come up with all this random kind of gibberish
nonsense.
Yeah,
it turns into like a language almost after that. Because then you make obscure references and laugh, and then people around you are like, "What?"
Well, yeah. Well, hopefully this will trend on Twitter soon, and Facebook is #HoboSoundman. So,
absolutely,
that'd be
report
good.
on your sightings.
Yeah, report any sightings to All White-Tukee. Again, you can find us on Facebook. Just type in All White-Tukee and give us a like on that Facebook page. We're also part of the Four-Eyed Radio Network, so double check us on that. We premiere every Wednesday now, so enjoy that. Pretty good. So, Pat, any closing? We still haven't found a closer yet. So, but Pat, any final words?
No, not really.
Not really.
The weather's getting nice, so I guess.
Yeah, weather.
Enjoy the nice weather, because it's probably going to heat up again in like a week.
Yeah.
Arizona always does, that teasing bitch.
Until next time, kids, snarf yourself with some snarf balls or something.
Yes. And don't do Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, don't become Inspector Gadget. Yeah. Unless you're desperate and you got nothing else to do, then.
If you got nothing else going for you in life, then.
Inspector Gadget it is, then, kids.
Yep, that's your only option.
If you can't amount to anything, go full Inspector Gadget, kids.
Yeah.
This has been another fine production of the 4i Radio Network. For more great shows, check out www.4iradio.com. Just wondering where the Omelet Boy Paperboy is. Hoping he's coming by to bring me some good news. Oh, you're starting to piss me off, you piggly son of a bitch.